Let's say you came across this question in your chemistry exam. How will you solve it? It is very easy. Now let's solve together. The question says a given amount of gas occupies 10 dm cube at 4 atm and 273 degrees Celsius, full stop. The number of moles of the gas present is, now this question is extremely very easy. From the look of things, the question is asking us to calculate because they said the number of moles of the gas present is, now listen properly. First of all, before we solve this question, let us bring out the parameters given in this question, alright? The question says again, a given amount of a gas occupies 10 dm cube. I believe whenever you hear dm cube, cm cube, liters, milliliters, they all means volume. So me seeing 10 dm cube, I know that this is volume. It is volume expressed in dm cube. Now listen properly, alright? At 4 atm, wow. Anytime you hear ATM, ATM simply means atmosphere, not automated teller machine, alright? This is atmosphere. And whenever you hear atmosphere in chemistry, it simply means pressure, alright? So this 4 atm is simply pressure. Are you there? Whereby, and 273 degrees Celsius, that is temperature. Alright, that is temperature. Please listen properly. Alright, so the question now says the number of moles of the gas present is, so they are asking us to calculate for number of moles,
which is symbolized as N.
So how do we solve this question? It is extremely very easy. Now listen, this number of moles, which is N you are looking at, it has about 5 basic formulas to take note of. Now, which of those formulas are we going to use to solve this question? To learn properly on the concept of mole, to learn properly on stoichiometry as a topic in chemistry, because this topic on the board is related to the topic stoichiometry and as well as the topic gas laws, alright? So to learn properly on how to use this number of moles formulas to solve questions, ensure you go watch my full video lesson on stoichiometry where I explain everything you need to know to solve questions under that aspect of chemistry called stoichiometry. Now, listen properly. Which formula for number of moles relate volume, pressure, temperature? Wow, which formula is that? Now listen, here is the formula. Listen properly. That formula is simply number of moles, which is N, is equal to PV divided by RT. Listen properly. You can see here that the only thing added is the arrow. PVT, they were all here. The only thing added is arrow, and this is the formula we need to solve this question and nothing else. Now the question we ask ourselves, how do we solve this question? They are all very easy. Listen properly. So let's just start imputing parameters. Watch closely. Now, number of moles, which is N, will now be equal to PV divided by RT. Alright. So number of moles become, what's the pressure given in the question? The pressure given in the question is 4 atm. So here becomes 4 times volume given in the question is 10 dm cube divided by. Now the question you ask yourself, what is this arrow? This arrow is a constant called the molar gas constant. Listen properly. The arrow is a constant called the molar gas constant or the ideal gas constant. This constant, which is arrow, has about 2 basic constants for the O-level chemistry. They are, the first one is 0.0821 and the other is 8.314. To use these constants, there are criteria. So for you to be able to use each, now if you use any of them and you follow the right criteria to use them, you are going to arrive at the same answer. Even if you impute this here or impute this here and follow the criteria, you get the same answer. But in the course of solving this question, in the course of today's class lesson, of using 0.0821 as the constant. Now, for me to use this constant, listen properly. My volume V should be expressed in dm cube. Listen properly, whereby my pressure P should be expressed in atm. I believe you are following me. If volume or pressure are not expressed in these units, don't use this constant. Ensure you convert whatever volume or pressure you were given in the question to be in dm cube for volume and atm for pressure, so that you get the correct answer. So which area I'm going to use to solve this question? It is 0.0821 times temperature. Now listen, whenever you are solving any question in chemistry, you should ensure that your temperature is converted to the Kelvin scale, because the temperature given here is in degrees Celsius. How do you convert temperature to Kelvin scale? Very easy. How do you convert temperature from degrees Celsius to Kelvin? You just simply say degrees Celsius plus 273. Listen properly. It is not because I'm having 273 here that I added. No, the conversion value is you adding your degree Celsius value with 273. So let's say here was 27, for instance. For you to convert to Kelvin, you simply add 273. So here becomes 273 plus what? 273. What becomes the Kelvin temperature? So when we hit our calculator, we simply get 546, all right, Kelvin. All right, you can see how we converted a value from being degrees Celsius to Kelvin. So for the temperature, we're going to put 546 Kelvin. All right, whereby number of moles will now be equal to 4 times 10, that is 40, and 0.0821 times this value will give us 44.83, whereby when we hit our calculator, number of moles we are going to get becomes 0.8923 moles. So let's look for our answer in the option, whereby the answer to this question becomes option C, which is 0.89 moles. I believe you understand how this question was solved. It is very easy. Now get ready for your own practice question. Follow through the same step and solve this question without stress. All right, here's your own question. It says a given amount of a gas occupies, in this case now it's going to be 8 dm cube at about, let's say, 2 atm. I'm going to change the temperature to, let's say, 200 Kelvin. So you can see in this case, the temperature was already converted to Kelvin. So you are not to convert. It's in Kelvin scale, not in degrees Celsius. Ensure you solve the question and provide the answer in the comment section. We've come to the end of this video lesson. If you find my video lesson helpful, make sure you click on the subscribe button to my YouTube channel and also share my lessons with your friends. Thanks for watching. To have more understanding about chemistry calculations and solving all of this type of questions, I already have them on the chemistry masterpiece, okay, which is calculations and keynotes in chemistry. So if you are preparing to write the JAM exam, this book is very, very important for you. Now, for more information getting the chemistry masterpiece, do well to direct message me via my WhatsApp number. It will be on the screen.